Hey guys, here with highlights from my recent visit to the Miles Through Time Museum in Clarksville, Georgia, about an hour and 30 northeast of Atlanta. This is the 64 Impala SS convertible. I think it's a real stunner. It's got a 327 V8 turbo fire engine producing 250 horsepower, and it's black over black. It's a real smart machine. The Porsche lineup starts with this 1960 356B Super 90 Roadster. Next up, this beautifully restored 1964 356C also started life as a race car and is owned by a Mr. Jake Raby. The engine isn't original. It now has a 227 horsepower 914 base 2.6 litre. If you like the colour, and I certainly do, it's from a 997 GT3 RS colour code 7A1 if you're interested. Next to the 356C, the 356SC from 1965, resplendent in red and benefiting from mechanical upgrades to brakes and suspension over the aforementioned models, owned by a Mr. George McMurtry. Fans of vintage cars might be a bit disappointed as I'm kind of glossing over them in this condensed presentation and missing out on some real treats like this incredibly well restored Ford Model A Woody. But I guess I've now included it. It all started with this 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, handed down to Sean Mathis, the museum's founder, and originally owned by his grandfather. It's known as Pops 59. Sacrilege, I know, but I've kind of never really been a Mustang dude, but when I came across this 1968 Shelby GT 350, there was a strong chance I could be converted. It really is a work of art, not in the same way as the Cadillac, but its presence and stance is unmistakably aggressive. This is a car that means business. And then there was this, the Shelby Mustang GT 500, previously owned by Carroll Shelby himself and apparently driven by his good lady wife. The engine is a 428 cubic inch Police Interceptor V8, producing 358 brake horsepower at 5400 RPM. Fact check me guys, if I'm not correct on any of this, please let me know in the comments. Just down the hall from the Mustangs, I came across this Ford Torino Cobra Superjet, which is an incredible name for a car if ever there was one. It's got the FE Series V8, which with its various modifications could produce more than 500 horsepower. Nerd fact, this engine also featured in a whole lineup of Ford models, including the Mustang, Galaxy, Fairlane, and 3rd and 4th generation Thunderbirds. Slowing things down a bit, let's have a quick look at this immaculate 53 Ford Custom line, this 54 Buick Century, and back to 53 for this rather splendid Packard Patrician. Corvette fanboys are also in for a treat with 4 of them on display. This beautiful 61, a 63 with the characterful split rear window, a 64 without it, and finishing up with a 72. Keeping the British end up is this 74 MGB, and next to it a 58 Bug-Eye Sprite, called a Frog Eye where I come from, and someone has done a fantastic job on the Bug-Eye. 2 Studebakers are in the museum, this 1958 Golden Hawk with its incredible fins and twin antennas, and this 64 Avanti, which although doesn't particularly do it for me when it comes to front-end styling, its cabin and rear end I thought were mightily impressive. That rear window kind of reminds me of a Jensen Interceptor. There's so much more to see here folks, but that about wraps it up for this highlight. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content, and take a look at my review of the equally outstanding Coker Museum in Chattanooga, and we'll see you on the next one.